I lost the corner window for the passenger side of this car. How do you do that? I don't know. I actually spent a day reorganizing my entire shop. Well, the important stuff. And hours going through the basement trying to find the parts for these windows. And so I found what I can find. I'm done with looking, and I'm just going to fabricate and morph stuff at this point. But I've got a lot of other old corner windows around, and I discovered that you can make them work. The roof line on these old Chevys are different, so different from one to the other. I've got a bunch of quarter windows out of like 4-door sedans, a 2-door post sedan, and that kind of thing. But they come up here and they are longer and taller. It's the same all the way along here, but as soon as you get to this part, it sticks up and it's 1/4 of an inch longer. So some important things. These uprights here are interchangeable. I've got several of them. And the reason that they're interchangeable, some of them even have like different chrome pieces on the outside, but they have 2 holes on the inside of the door. So if you've got a longer one, it'll go in this hole, shorter one will go in this hole. This car, I'm pretty sure, was the shorter one because the windows are shorter. Sedans are taller, so it needs a longer track for the window to run in. Then the other thing is when you do that, I had to move this post in forward 1/4 of an inch. And the key is, the secret is, to measure the bottom from the back of this channel and the top from the back of this channel and make sure that they're perfectly parallel so that your window doesn't bind or rattle or whatever when it goes up and down. So when you redo these windows, you basically need to buy this piece of rubber and then this strip that goes up here, and then there's rubber that you seat the window into. I just bought some really thin rubber that'll work, some Chinatown type stuff. The other thing is this little hinge pin right here. You have to buy that, well, pretty well. The top one on the window part is a hole that's way bigger than the bottom part, right? So it's a rivet that has a shoulder on it. It goes through here and you rivet it over at the bottom. So if you can't find the right corner window, you can make it right from one of these other ones. And basically, I had to bend this in. Now, I did have the other piece of glass, the old glass from this corner window. So I have the right shape here, or I could have taken it from the driver's side because I still have that corner window, or I could have taken it from the new glass. I bought new glass all around for this car, so they're the right shape as well. And make this frame fit this glass. Step 1 is to adjust this top part. You'll find that when you try to put in the wrong corner window in here, that the 2 screws that go up on the top part, the receptacle for those screws are 1/4 of an inch too far that way. So then you just have to basically reform this piece. Okay, you got it from about here to here. And to reshape that, I just put a couple clamps up here and sucked it up to this window frame. Okay, and then once I got that shape right, I took it out and cut 1/4 of an inch off of that steel frame that's in there. And then moved that top piece, cut 1/4 inch off of this piece, right? Unscrew the upright, cut 1/4 inch off of this piece, drill these rivets out and move this piece back 1/4 of an inch. Okay, then this upright will be moved back 1/4 of an inch. And again, to get that perfect, I measured the distance between the glass channels from the back of the window on the top and on the bottom because you want to make sure those are good. Okay, now the other thing I'm going to do is I'll undo these rivets as well as this rivet, take this all apart, and these will be re-chromed. These little parts in here have to come out, unrivet them, and that one that piece will be re-chromed. So will this little hinge. Take it off of here, unrivet that. That'll go to the chrome platers as well. So once I have that frame reshaped and screwed in, this thing perfectly parallel to the back of the window, then I went ahead and curved this. The trick is you don't want to wrinkle this thing. So I just cut a piece of steel, the right, I think it's like not 1/4 inch, maybe not quite, the right shape, and then I just clamped it down to my bench and then forced this thing in with a clamp. And eventually then I think I put it in the vise to squeeze it down and get that proper shape. And then after that, you've got to cut this end back 1/4 inch as well. Make it the same shape, because there's a little notch here that goes in against that pillar. And so as long as you make it the same shape as the old piece was, yeah, you'll be good. And back from the chrome platers, it'll look something like this. Yeah. Another thing that you'll run into is that these babies here on different cars are wider or narrower. You might have to drill a new hole to put these in. These ones are kind of short. The sedan ones are a bit longer. Honestly, I don't know where this corner window came from. The bottom fits this Fleetline, but the top was like off of some sedan. So apparently and obviously there's all kinds of different shapes and sizes. The other thing you'll need is some rivets. I just got these aluminum ones. They're really easy to put in, really easy to pound over. Steel ones are really tough. They're just 1/8 inch aluminum rivets. Yeah, and then the little hinges and stuff that's chrome plated and ready to go back together. The bottom hinge goes together with this door stop. Okay, we're looking at the interior side of the window, and this washer with the point on it here is going to go in there. One washer there, the door stop thing, the window stop, then another washer, a couple more washers, a spring, this clip to hold the nut from coming loose, and then the nut. They're not all the same. This one here is just a spring. There's no clip or washer on the bottom. The nut was right on this spring. 2 washers on the top, then the window frame in here, and then another washer, and then this stopper thing, and then the actual window frame.